this is Gaming and ASMR. Hello. Just a little warning here before we begin. I recorded this episode and then realized that my mic was not recording. Kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going through a second time and I'm going to re-record all of the audio to the best of my ability. So, sorry about that. As you can see, we're continuing our playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm just going to do some post-commentary. Obviously, the commentary is not going to match my lips in the video overlay, but I'm going to do the best of my ability. Now, we finished 2 episodes in our last playthrough. We talked about, we did Uncle's mission, and we did Javier's mission. I said that we would do a bounty hunt this episode, but we do not get around to it. What I did decide to do was to follow Hosea's line, and I'll show you in a little graphic here in just a second the missions that we have finished. So we finished Uncle's mission, and we finished Javier's mission. Now if we continue on Hosea's line, you'll see that in the second mission we come across the ability to unlock the fence, or the fencer, which you can use to sell, illegal items, pocket watches, stolen items, basically. And so I'm explaining here that that's the path that we'll be taking for this episode, that we'll finish 2 Hosea missions. The second one unlocking the fence, and then if we have time we'll do a bounty. So that's basically what I'm explaining right now. Okay, so hopefully this audio is being recorded, and hopefully you will be able to hear this on YouTube. But I think, yeah, without further ado, I think we're beginning. So, we're walking in Valentine, and we've decided to go back to Hosea back at camp. Oh, but yes, I get distracted here. There's a damsel in distress. So I take out my volcanic pistol here, and I take care of this man who is messing with this woman. It is not cool to mess with women. Don't mess with women. Don't mess with anybody. That's not cool. So, headshot. Boom. He's sleeping with the fishes tonight. He is sleeping with the fishes. Bye-bye. So, now, I'm heading back to my horse so that we can go back to camp and talk to Hosea. Hosea. Again, sorry, the audio does not match my lips. This is post commentary. Alright, running back to the horse. Running back to the horse. Alright, we are now on the horse. Good. And we're heading back to camp. Alright. I may have talked about a little bit in the previous recording, but I changed the, oh yes, that's right, I'm making a waypoint back to camp just in case. I changed some of the settings, like in-gameplay settings. I turned the quality of the graphics down just a tad bit so that I could get a bump in FPS. this moment, I think. My cores are quite trained, so cores. My cores are quite trained, so I decide to sleep here. Just FYI, there's a little shaving station where you can like shave. I will never shave in this playthrough. Your beard in this game can grow to 10 different levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to level 10. I will keep my beard. I will get my beard to level 10, and I will keep it at level 10 because it is awesome to have a massive beard like that. Okay, so I go over to the ledger. We can contribute, yes, to the ledger, but we cannot purchase camp upgrades just yet. We have to finish more missions to do that. And I'm explaining that right now. We need to finish a certain amount of missions so that Leopold Strauss, actually that LS in the map, Leopold Strauss, if we finish a few of them, I'm just noticing this now post, but that LS right there, Leopold Strauss, if we continue that line, I believe we open up is it the ledger, the compendium, I can't remember, but it's the one that allows you to buy upgrades for the camp. So I think after we finish Hosea's missions, maybe next episode or in a later episode, we'll follow that path down so that we can get the satchel upgrades. I want the satchel upgrades real early.
I saw a huge bear, one of the biggest I ever saw.
Anyways,
I reckon nearly 1,000 pounds.
Here's Hosea.
You need me to come with you.
Of course. Let's go.
Where are we heading exactly?
Up near the Dakota River. Might take a day or two.
I could do with a break from this place.
Oh, me too. It's been a rough couple of weeks. You need anything?
I don't think so. I got all I need.
Let's go then. So you still ain't replaced Hosea?
Nah, I miss her. She was quite a horse. This one's okay, but ain't no Hosea.
I've been meaning to offload this big Shire horse for a while now. Unruly bastard.
Where'd you get him?
Some big, loudmouth bastard tried to rob me and was out riding, so well, you know how it is.
I see.
Let's take him to Valentine.
The bounty
It's
hunting,
on the way.
so mission that
There's a decent
want to do
dealer
for
there.
this episode.
Unload him, you can buy yourself a new horse. Put your saddle on him. Let's get
It's
going.
the snake oil and something. It's the guy who's basically selling snake oil as a remedy. He has a decent horse. I forget exactly the breed, but he has a pretty good horse. And usually, I remember my first playthrough, I just yanked his horse after turning him into the sheriff's office. I just stole his horse because he has a pretty decent horse for early middle game-ish. But yeah, I think I'm just mentioning how massive this horse is right now. That's a big horse. Shire horses can grow up to 2,000 pounds. The male stallions can grow up to 2,000 pounds. Absolutely massive animals. Very cool.
I used to have a real nice one.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Got stolen.
I know that I have a friend who went to Vienna, and the streets of Vienna are littered with these types of horses. They're massive workhorses, and they go down the streets pulling a horse and buggy basically in Vienna. I don't know if I've ever seen a Shire in real life. Perhaps maybe at Disneyland in the States, in California. I think they have them as kind of show off, kind of show horses. But yeah, there's a massive thunderstorm going on right now in the game. Crazy.
Well, Lenny and Jenny
Weather
could
effects.
never have worked. That's like Arthur and Martha, or Bill and Phil.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Does feel a bit like our luck
Bill and Phil.
with them too.
Nonsense.
Maybe back in 1899 that didn't sound like a very good
Get
pair,
back
but
on our feet.
nowadays,
I hope so.
Bill and Phil,
Find a way to offload those Cornwall
no
bombs.
problems with that.
Not yet. They're still very hot. Need to be done right. I have a couple of leads I'm looking into. Don't let that big bastard get
If your horse is agitated, you can press G to calm it.
fast?
Well, you're in the right place. I got some beauties in at the moment.
I went into the stable thinking that, you know, I'll probably just keep this horse. He's not a bad horse. That's what I thought initially.
I show you.
Until the gentleman here mentions
No papers.
Of course, that's going to affect what
he's looking for someone, or he has someone who's looking for a workhorse.
fella who's been looking for a decent workhorse like this.
Once he mentions this, I realized, oh, maybe I'll actually get a good price for this shire.
I can always stable him here.
Maybe I will sell him.
Take a look.
So at this moment, I think I only have like $30, and then I see that I can sell him for $65, and I think to myself, you know what? Maybe I will just sell the horse. But I know with $95, I won't be able to buy a decent horse. So I thought to myself, darn, I'll probably just have to buy the cheapest horse. It's like $15. I think it's a Morgan. I'm not entirely sure. So I sell the horse. Yes, a Morgan. And I realize, oh my gosh, this is a thoroughbred. This is a free thoroughbred. And that comes with the Ultimate Edition. When I bought Red 2, I bought the Ultimate Edition. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get a thoroughbred with this. That's so cool. Thank you, Rockstar. Because I don't think my first playthrough I played on PS4. I borrowed my buddy's system in his game, and I played it, and it was the standard edition, and that didn't exist. And so I thought to myself, dang, that's cool. I might as well jump on the opportunity. Thank you, Rockstar. So I'm thinking here of a name, and I look at the horse, and I notice he has a real nice pink nose. So I'm thinking of maybe something, giving him like a pink kind of name. I'm thinking to myself like bubblegum. I'm thinking to myself Pepto-Bismol. And you know, I end up going with, it takes me a second here to think about what I want, but I end up going with raspberry, which is, I think, a great name for a horse. Raspberry. So, welcome to the Team Raspberry reverse Dappleback code. And then I notice attack and services, and I'm thinking, ooh, I know you can equip your horse with different saddles and saddlebags and whatnot, and you'll get an up in performance. So I'm looking at the saddles right now, and I remember, stirrups actually give you quite a good benefit. So I go here now for the most expensive stirrup, because it gives a bunch of speed bonuses, a bunch of acceleration bonus, and most importantly, the drain rate is minus 50%. So your horse's energy drains 50% slower. That's absolutely worth it for those long hauls, for those long runs. Your horse can basically go twice as far. I think I also mentioned here that horse customization can be an entire episode in itself. If that's something we want to go through, look at all the different colors, all the different saddles. We could spend 20-30 minutes just modifying one horse. So if that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments, and we can do a nice little ASMR like this, where we go through and just look at all the different possibilities. Equipment, appearance, provisions, all that kind of stuff. So we now have Raspberry. Hello, Raspberry. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Nice to see you. Beautiful horse. Beautiful horse.
Here are your papers.
And we get some papers.
Grooming brush. And some
Oh,
treats.
that's right. This is where we get the brush. I remember earlier I was trying to brush my horse and I didn't have a brush, so that didn't work out too well. But we got the brush now, so we can now brush our horse. Alright, so I go to pat the horse. As you can see, I'm pressing G. But Arthur's not patting the horse. I don't know why, so I decide to study the horse first. And then, so we got the thoroughbred, nice. And I lead Raspberry right outside the stable here. And give her a nice little pat down. before.
So
There's
how are
an
things
immense
with you and John?
difference in the dialogue. Pretty cool.
Ain't it about time you let it
So
go?
we're following Hosea now out to
Hosea. He ditched us for a
out to
goddamn
the
year.
area where he spotted a grizzly bear,
He knows
and
he
we're
did
gonna go
wrong.
hunting,
He just wants to put
hunting
it
for
behind
a grizzly, hunting
I'm
for a
sure
grizzly.
he does. Running off on that kid is one thing, but there's a code. He knows that. He ain't Trelawney. Dutch and you pretty much raised him.
I know, but it's done. Has been for a while now.
Yeah, it seems like Arthur is a bit salty towards John Marston for leaving his wife and kid. Beautiful country, beautiful country. I'm talking about something now, I don't know. Wapiti Reservation, that'll
I think we
be
need
a
to head
big
right
role
up
later
here.
in the game. Play a big role. Emerald Ranch. Ooh, Emerald Ranch is also a big place. That's where you unlock the first fencer, where you can sell stolen goods or looted goods that you could not normally sell.
Moonstone Pond. We're going the right way.
You can also buy dynamite and a few other recipes like poison arrows and perhaps incendiary buckshots, something like that. Beautiful country. Horse course train overtime. Feed your horse to replenish its course. Hold tab and press R to select the horse wheel while next to or mounted on your horse.
I should really be
Alright, so I ask here about Sean.
See about Sean.
It's bounty hunters who've got
Nobody cares about Micah, so I'm not gonna ask about Micah.
Javier and Charles have gone with him to scope it out.
pretty dangerous going anywhere near Blackwater.
Right, but if he's alive, we gotta try.
Of course. Look there. Rabbits.
Alright, so there's a few rabbit up here. I pull out my bow at first. Oh no, I go for the 22 caliber. I go for the fireman rifle. A better choice, I believe, for hunting rabbit. Normally I would probably pull the bow, but if you saw in our Valentine episode that Rockstar decided to give us a caliber, 22 caliber for free early on in the game. I shot him in the ear, didn't take him out, so I went for a headshot. Needless to say, the rabbit did not survive that headshot. And Arthur, it's insane. Wow, he just rips the skin off that rabbit. There's absolutely, if you're looking for realism, this is, at least when it comes to hunting, if you're looking for realism, this isn't exactly the game for that. There's absolutely no way you could skin a rabbit that quickly. But it's still a very cool, like, wow, he just rips the thing off. It's pretty cool. For a video game, it's perfect. So here we are setting up camp. Camp.
I'm famished.
Cook that rabbit then. They're delicious. on
Camp
open
is,
fire.
I mean,
Fine by me.
what's more perfect for ASMR than a crackling fire? And, you know, some rabbit meat cooking over the fire. The nice the sizzles and the pop. The sizzles and the pop. Sizzle, pop, of cooking something over an open fire. Cooking something over an open fire. We sit here for just a second to enjoy the popping fire.
You want some of this?
Nah,
Alright, so we eat our rabbit now. Hopefully you can hear the crackling fire,
Let's
Even
roll
though
that.
this is all post, you should be able to hear it just fine. I decide to cook a few rabbit, I think 3 rabbit here. Plain game. I decide to cook 3 here. outdoors very effectively.
We better get some rest. I want to be
I
up
also
at first
decided
light
to
to find this
stare at the
monster.
fire here for a second. Hopefully you can hear that. Crackle pop, crackle pop. Beautiful fire.
Sleep well, Arthur.
He better be worth all this drama.
Alright, getting some sleep. Getting some sleep until the morning.
Morning, Arthur. You ready?
Well, give me a minute.
Coffee?
Sure.
There you go.
So,
Nothing is more American
what's your
than
plan?
Well,
coffee
we'll see
in
if
the
we can
morning.
track him, but we might need to lay bait to draw him out.
Nothing says American beverage like
They also
coffee.
have a sweet tooth. A
and
lot
bourbon.
of fellas bait then
Bourbon and
shoot
whiskey.
from the trees,
Coffee.
but I prefer to hunt on the ground. More dangerous, but we'll have a much better chance of getting good shot in. And if he bolts, we can start right off after him. Can you mix up this bait for me while I finish packing this up? Fish?
And here again, I mentioned
Tie it up in that
earlier in
bag.
some of the other episodes,
I hope you know
the
what you're
game does
talking about.
such a great job
I grew
of
up in the
teaching
mountains.
you how to do these little things without holding your hand. I mean, and for any game developers out there, it is great
I
practice
was virtually weaned
to give
on
little
them.
tidbits here and there to teach the player how to play the game without giving them just a list of commands or a list of buttons. This button does this, this button does this, this button does this. Instead of that, nobody likes to remember long lists of commands and inputs. They'd rather be taught through the game. You know, but it is balanced as well. You can't hold their hand through the entire game, or even through a big portion of the game. You have to teach them the basics, and then let the player decide what they want to do. Rockstar does an absolutely wonderful job of that. Wonderful. You can use the campfire to craft a wide range of tonics. Yeah, I didn't read that whole message, but there's tonics and probably
Try our luck down by
cooking
the
and
water.
crafting
That's
and
where I
whatnot.
saw him last.
Some of the, as you noticed in the menu just earlier, some of the crafting items are locked,
I was in this area
and I
with
think that
Bessie
means we
years
haven't
ago.
gotten the recipe to craft that particular item. It's like dynamite,
Every day.
poison arrows,
Did you two ever
stuff like
think
that.
about
We need to
getting out of
either
the
find the recipe to craft or purchase from possibly the fencer.
We were still young. Didn't last long. I drifted back into it.
So here we are heading down.
She understood. She knew
Absolute
what I was.
beautiful country,
I
beautiful
remember
country.
you not being around for a while, but things were looser back then.
Truth is, there's never really any getting out. Staying in, it's hard.
I know the FPS
But
dips
Bessie and I
just
made
a
it
little
work.
bit here.
Why? You
Still
thinking
trying
about
to
getting out?
fine tweak everything,
No,
but I'm trying to get
Listen,
a minimum of
Watch his
60
grand plans work,
FPS. I think I
and we
jumped
can
down
make
to
enough
like,
money to go
or dropped
someplace
down to
new.
like 50
Really
FPS
new.
here.
maybe we can all have a new
Difficult
start.
to balance everything
Anyway, for
because
now, let's try
at
and
1
chase
minute
ourselves
I'll be
some
at
air,
like
shall we?
50
Let's
FPS,
look
and
by
then
the water here, see if he's
I'll be in
been
something,
fishing
and
again
another
recently.
minute I'll be in something that's not very graphically intense, and I'll jump up to like 90 FPS. So it's kind of hard to keep a nice balance.
Look for
I think
tracks,
scenes with water
bones,
are
any sign
not
of it.
particularly difficult on the GPU. But I mean, 50's not terrible. I just want to keep an average of 60. So, anyways, we're looking here at the horse, not the horse, the bear. So we're tracking this bear. Oh, also, I think I mentioned here, when you complete a mission, it'll tell you just going through nice and slowly, You know, a nice trot instead of a gallop, a nice brisk jog instead of a run, you know, or perhaps even walking from point A to point B. Something where you can appreciate the detail to this game. I think that's super important about ASMR. Just going slowly and appreciating the details in everything, in sound, in visual, in life. Just enjoying the little details. Keeping things nice and steady, nice and slow. So here we are, we just, a half-eaten fish. We just discovered a half-eaten fish. And we're moving on to now our next clue. And there's some bear scat, some bear dung on the ground. Just inspecting that. Bear dung, bear scat, bear scat. So, a funny story. I pull out the shotgun here. Now, if you're hunting a real bear and you're in close proximity, depending on what slugs your shotgun shoots, it's not a bad idea to pull out a shotgun. Shotguns can be very detrimental at close range. However, what I don't realize during this playthrough or during this episode, what I did not
split up and each look.
realize is that when you go deadeye
Which you think?
with a shotgun, it only allows for one shot. Because Arthur has to, Arthur has to cock the pump, because it's a pump action shotgun. Arthur has to pump the shotgun to release the shell that's in the chamber. So you fire one shot, the shell is still in the chamber. You have to pump the barrel, or and then that discharges the empty shell that's in your shotgun. Well, apparently during deadeye, you can only shoot one shell off at a time. I do not realize this, and so I have a shotgun that I'm only going to be able to shoot once in deadeye. When this bear comes and completely destroys me, it's really funny. I don't die though, but I probably should have. But yeah, you'll see. So I'm planting the bait here, and then going back to the rocks. So there I am, pulling up the pump cage. A pump action shotgun. And I'm gonna chill by the rocks over here. Wait for the bear.
1,000 pounds, you say?
More or less. Big scar down his face. Hey, did that bait look okay to you?
I think so. You're the expert.
Ready with your gun there?
I'm good. You okay? You seem nervous.
So do you. I'm fine. Let's just take a look at that bait.
Sure.
In real life, a hunter would not be this impatient. But, I mean, it's a game, obviously, so
I know, but we need
after
to do
everything's
this right.
along, there's no way you'd be checking your bait after 30 seconds of planning it. A little unrealistic, but I mean, they're not gonna expect the player to wait here an hour or so. Anyways, here comes our friend, the grizzly bear. And I go to pull out. Oh no, it was my. Is that right? Oh no, that is my pistol. You see, I thought. Okay, maybe I did pull out my pistol. I thought I pulled out my shotgun. I must not have just clicked enough times.
Over here, Arthur.
Or you know what? Probably because I think it's a pistol,
You're
the volcanic
fine, old
pistol.
man.
Of course I'm fine. Nothing.
I'm not sure.
Nothing at all.
Listen, I didn't have my revolver, is what I'm getting at.
That was fun.
Because the revolver definitely has 6 shots in the chamber.
You know what, Arthur Morgan? I'm a little
And
old
we can
and
maybe.
not to be after the things.
Okay, it doesn't really matter, but I was
You
only
can
able to
have
fire
this.
2 shots off.
Sit back.
Luckily, the bear didn't kill me.
Man
That's the
in a
most
bar
important part.
Gave it to me. Well, I stole it from him, but that's another story. He said it told him
A man
where
in
to
a bar
find some
gave it
real
to me.
big animals.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. You saved my life, Arthur. I think I'm going back to camp to lick my wounds. You coming, or you gonna track that monster.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna track that monster. We're going for it.
I'm gonna stick around here for a while.
I'll grab that bear.
I'll see you back at camp. Yeah.
Alright. Gonna track that bear, Alright, so I end up getting a bronze medal. And as you can see, there's quite a... I missed. Track the bear within 1 minute 30 seconds. Didn't do that. Shoot the bear at least 6 times. I definitely did not do that. And complete mission within 12 minutes. Again, it's an ASMR playthrough. I'm not going to be speeding through stuff. I'm going to take it nice and slowly. So I bought I think I realize yeah, I end up going with the repeater here because I know that I can shoot multiple rounds within a single deadeye. I'm thinking
Here we are.
that at this point I'm thinking that the shotgun can only fire one shot. But that's why I go for the repeater. So we're heading over to our first clue, which is some dung. Scat.
Not far now.
Legendary grizzly bear. So this is our first legendary animal. The most important thing that I do here is I fire from a distance. Get as many shots as I can from distance before that bad boy charges me. That's very important. I only get 2 shots there, but they are hit-no shots. There we go, 4 more shots there, and there goes the grizzly bear. Yeah, very important that you keep your distance. If he had been any closer, I definitely would not have been able to take him down. Calling the horse over. Putting the bear on the back of the horse. Now, your deadeye bar has increased. Trick shots, hunting, crafting, and other survivalist-related activities will increase it further. Cool. Very nice, cool. Now, what I decide to do here is there's another Hosea mission that I want to do. However, I don't see the H. I don't see the yellow H for the next Hosea mission. There might be some other. There's probably some time has to go by or some element has not been met for that mission to open back up. So what I decide to do is, you know what? There's a bounty here in Valentine. I know I wanted to do a bounty mission. I mentioned that last episode. So I decided to go to Valentine. Now, I don't realize this just yet. I do not realize this just yet, but I'm not going to be able to do a bounty mission because... Oh, actually, I'll talk to this man over here. That's right. There's a gold miner. Panning for gold. California Gold Rush. For those of you who are not familiar with the California Gold Rush, it was a time in the late 1840s, I believe 1848 or 1849. A bunch of miners. It would have been 50 years prior to this particular scene here. But tons of people from all over the world flocked to the west, especially California, to pan for gold. And it's pretty cool to see a miner, a panner, out there on the stream looking for gold. Very realistic. It's not a snake, definitely not. Looks like it's probably a bear. Now, I don't realize it at this exact moment, but when I go back to do the bounty, when you hunt somebody via a bounty, you sling them on the back of your horse, you hog tie him and throw them on the back of your horse. Well, if you look at my horse right now, there's a massive bear hide on the back of it, so I don't realize it at this exact moment, but doing a bounty is not going to be possible in this situation. I realize it once I get to town. Ah yes, we go over to help this blind man. This wonderful blind man.
On a man with no sight.
Sure, mister. I'll give you $1.
Man.
Give you $1. Give you $1. And now again, $1.
Thank you, sir.
$1 back in 1899. If I'm not mistaken, in today's, after inflation, in today's money, I believe $1 is approximately $30. So imagine giving $30 to, somebody in need. That's a nice chunk of change. A nice chunk of change. Here we are, more beautiful country, beautiful country.
Hey, partner.
That way to Valentine. If you read the little signpost, it'll tell you. That signpost, I believe, read Valentine. Alright. Heading into Valentine. Heading into Valentine. Now, there's the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office. And I go over to hitch my horse. Oh, no. I think I see. Oh, first. Hitch the horse. Hitch my horse. Hitch Raspberry. Before I remove the belt, I believe, brush my horse. Good girl, good girl. I know the Civil War vet. I go over to see him. Good guy, the Civil War vet.
Hey, mister.
Hey, brother. Hey, mister. I never learned your name. I never did. You're like a brother, but I didn't learn your name. And I said to myself, Mickey, you never learned that fella's name. Now, you'll never see him again. And you'll be sad. Like when your puppy passed. Because you slept on it.
Oh, that's sad.
What's your name, mister?
Poor puppy.
Arthur.
Arthur? My uncle's name was Arthur.
Uncle Arthur.
Uncle Arthur, we called him on account of his name.
That's how names work.
Strong name. Like a king.
King
You could
Arthur.
be my king, Mr. Arthur.
That's a thing.
Yes, you could.
King Arthur. King Arthur. King Arthur. few
they did.
episodes
They can get
dedicated
lost.
to
I have never been
finding
so
all of the
insulted
bones.
in all my life. Really, laughed at. Boulder Dash.
So I decided to
What are you
just
doing?
start it now. A
I'm
test
quite
of
certain
faith.
you're not a spy.
Spy?
Those wretches will do anything to destroy me. My theories are correct, and I can prove it.
What theories?
I am the leading amateur paleontologist in the nation, and not one university will hire me because, unlike them, I actually have ideas.
You're a what?
I study dinosaurs. You know, big lizards.
Are they real?
Of course they're real, you nincompoop. And everywhere,
Everywhere?
this state was once a vast, shallow sea that had the most incredible animal that
Man,
could
I
walk,
cannot
swim,
imagine
and
being a
fly.
scientist back
Quite
then.
unique. I call it Totalis. Just for now. I'm trying to gather all the evidence.
Well, I guess it's
Just
not much
everything
easier today, but at least
is-
people
could
today
you
kind
give me
of
a hand
have
here,
a
please?
general understanding of what science is. Just having a
Listen.
theory as crazy as
If you find any of these bones
know.
around the country, send them to my
this was once a vast, shallow sea.
Forward rise
I mean, back then,
in Cumberland Forest.
of course, people are gonna think you're insane,
Mail me the locations.
but
I'll reward you handsomely for your
science proves that, the dinosaurs were a thing.
and will be proving
And the
a lot
Earth
of
was,
stuck-up buffoons very,
covered in
very
much more
wrong.
water back then.
Which, trust me, is the very best thing about science. Good day to you, sir.
Alright, so 0 of 30 dinosaur bones. 30 dinosaur bones. So, obviously, there are gonna be several episodes dedicated to that, which I don't mind doing sometime in the future. I mean, I'll play this game to death. I will play this game to death, doing as much as I can. I absolutely love it. My first time through, I only did pretty much the main story and a few side missions here and there. And I got all the essential upgrades. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the first time I played. I absolutely adore this game. But I also adore ASMR. Alright, so once arriving here, I kind of get my bearings a little bit, and I realize that it's a little bit further southwest. The trapper's a little bit further southwest. And I know that there's a giant bridge up here that connects, what is that, West Elizabeth to, I think we're in New Hanover. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it connects the two states. This giant bridge here. I could be wrong. Yep. Beautiful country. Beautiful country. Alright, I'm getting. Oh, yes, that's right. Exit out of that waypoint so it's not distracting. Yeah, West Elizabeth. There it is. I know the trapper is somewhere around here. Once I find. Okay, so now something really bizarre happens. Something really bizarre happens. I hear that. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus. And so I go over to my horse. I pull out my carbine repeater. And I go over to save. That you can see there's a little white dot on the HUD at the bottom left. So I see that somebody's in help. Needs help and is in trouble. So I go over and shoot that wolf boom right in the head. Another one comes to get me. I clear both closes the trapper. The trapper is not here because I'm engaged in some sort of activity at the moment. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck is going on right now? I have no idea what's going on. Where's the trapper? This has never happened to me before. I don't know where he is. And I'm just kind of like, oh, jeez, man. Oh yeah, you can see I'm counting on my fingers. Like the first one, like so many things went wrong this episode. Like the first thing that went wrong was the Hosea. I couldn't get on the second Hosea mission because I couldn't find it on the map. I couldn't do the bounty hunting because I have the Grizzly on the back of my back. And now that I'm finally here and I've reached the trapper, I can no longer sell the fur because he's not here. It's not open. What the heck is going on? So I decide to end the episode here. However, not entirely true. You'll see in just a second I do continue with the neck. There's a little add-on here at the end. I'll cut away from this video and tag on another 5 minutes or so at the end because I figure out what happened. Okay, so we're here back at the very end of that last episode. All I had to do was I had to load out and then back in of the game, so I saved where I was, exited out of the game, and then reloaded it. And that stopped the activity. Whatever it was, I was helping that dude over by the rock. Over by the rocks asking for help. When I cleared those wolves, I killed him, but I couldn't find the dude. I couldn't find the guy I was helping. And so the game kind of glitched out and was like, yo, you haven't finished this activity yet. You haven't helped this man yet. But I totally did. And so I exited out, came back in it, and boom, there was the trapper. So that's a weird little like mishap